All right, Shalom. I'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the elect. All right, and it's going to be some more World War III talk. All right, got an article here from Express. And yeah, man, we in that time, man. Things is happening. Things is coming together, so to speak, just as the scriptures say they would, man. You know, this is only the beginning, all right, or the starting point of World War III, all right, which for those that don't know, World War III is prophesied in the Holy Bible to come to pass in the end times, man, all right, where these different nations are going to gather together and come against Babylon the Great. When you read the book of Revelations, as well as many other scriptures, Babylon the Great represents America today, all right? Because America is mentioned in the Bible, but it's not going to just flat out say America. You know, that would be too easy. Then everybody would understand and believe if it was just that plain. But America's code name, if you will, or its alias is Babylon the Great, as well as Egypt. All right, and Lord willing, we're going to get a few of those scriptures. But I just wanted to read this short little article right here. It says, the title says, "Reveal How Iran Could Be Terrifyingly Close to Developing Nuclear Weapons." We know that Iran, according to prophecy, they're known as the Persians. All right, at a latter date, their name was changed to the Iranians, but before that, they were known as the Persians. All right, and it's a rift or beef, if you will, all right, between the so-called United States and Iran, and that goes right into prophecy, man. All right, now it says that they're increasing nuclear weapons, and that's also prophecy. When you go into Joel, the 3rd chapter, matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Joel chapter 3, in verse, I start at 9, points to 10. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men." And that's what's happening. War is being prepared, and the mighty men, meaning these soldiers and troops, are being brought to the forefront. "Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." Verse 10, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears." You know, these are tools tools of basically farming, or what they would call it, agriculture. All right, so basically the Lord is saying, look, there's no time for that. It's basically time for war, man. All right, it says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And at one point, Iran was looked at as a weaker nation. You know, it was looked at as weak, inferior, feeble, so to speak. But now what? They have nuclear weapons, and it's terrifying the so-called U.S. You know, it says let the weak say, I am strong. All right, that's the last part of that verse, which is going into what they got the nuclear capability now to rub shoulders, if you will, with America, man. All right, and America don't like that. All right, so let me just read a little bit from this. It says Iran put the U.S. on high alert when officials announced they would withdraw from the key parts of the nuclear deal agreed in 2015, meaning Tehran is moving even closer to developing a nuclear weapon. All right, it says Monday saw the confirmation from Iranian officials that the nation had intentionally breached the limit on its stockpile of enriched uranium set by the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action agreed in 2015. Alongside U.S. President Donald Trump's withdrawal from the agreement last May, it sparked fears that Iran is getting serious about building a nuclear weapon. Technically, Iran could get their hands on one within months if an agreement isn't reached with world powers, putting Washington on high alert. You see that? So things are getting hot, man. Things are getting spicy, as they would say in the world, man. You know, so America's on high alert. They don't want Iran to have any weapons, which shows you that is that proves right there that the so-called white man's Esau, and he's the wicked. All right, because he has complete control, man. Not wanting certain countries to have weapons. Who the hell are you, man? Who the hell are you to tell a whole nother country, a whole nother region, what they can and cannot have, man? All right, and I'm gonna get that scripture as well, and I want to say it's Job 20. Slack it, because that's how this man's gonna go down. Even though he's trying to disarm everybody else, and he wants to have all the weapons. Speaking of the so-called white man, it ain't gonna work. All right, the Lord is putting the spirit on these scientists and these different world leaders. All right, to basically up their weaponry, man, because it's all leading up to a point where they're all going to shoot their missiles on America. So this is Job, I think it's 20 and 24. All right, I'm going to start at 23. Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, he is speaking about the so-called white man, starting with the elites, because they have something called the Georgia Guidestones, which is a set of laws, so to speak, that he's established that he wants to complete. Right, one of them is to bring down the world population to 500 million. Another part of his agenda is to have everybody microchip. All right, which the microchip is the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, pursuant to Revelation 13, which that has to come to pass first. All right, before all out war is happening, man. All right, the mark of the beast has to come. But it says, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. Right. So just when the elites of Esau think they've fulfilled the New World Order agenda, that's when the Most High going basically cast them down. It says, and shall rain upon him while he is eating. All right. Verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon. All right, and the iron weapon is the nuclear missile that the U.S. is terrified that Iran is going to get or has, man. All right, because that's what's going to bring down the so-called white man is these missiles. Which is actually the very same thing that he's made. All right, he created the nuclear missile, of course, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but he created the nuclear missile thinking that he was going to dominate and take over the world with it. But this is the same instrument that's going to be to his downfall. Verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right, that's a missile, the iron weapon. 25, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, meaning when it comes out the what do you call it, the damn the rocket launcher or the damn silo, when the missile's detonated, you see it shooting up. It says the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. All right, now why did Job describe it as glittering? Because the fire shooting out the back or the sparks coming out. Job actually seen a vision of the missiles, man. It says, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All right, and that's crazy that it says terrors, because that's what it says in the title of the article. All right, this is how Iran could terrifyingly cause close to developing nuclear missiles, man. Yeah, so it's a terror unto the so-called white man, man. All right, Salakia. All right, it's a terror. It's a terror to the so-called white man, because this is the very thing that the Lord's going to use to destroy him, man. All right, and it's all lining up. All right, it's all lining up. Let's see. Let's get one more. Let's go to let me see, where's that at? That's I want to say that's Jeremiah 51. Let's hit that real fast. I'm looking for where it says, let's try chapter 50. If not, if I can't find it, I'll just look it up. But okay, there we go. Jeremiah 50. I start at 13. It says, because of the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. It's talking about America, but in this chapter it's known as Babylon the Great. All right. Why? Because this land is going to be completely nuked and desolate. It's going to be a desert. It says, but it shall be wholly desolate. That's how you know that this is not talking about the ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon is still people walking around over there. It's still people that live in that land. All right. So this is talking about, this is a future prophecy. This is everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. And that's what's happening, man. That's why America don't want nobody to have no damn missiles. Because everybody's is putting on that array, putting on that battle armor. It's all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord. Now, what are those arrows talking about? Those are talking about missiles. Clearly in the Bible, all right, nuclear weapons, all right? And it says what? For she have sinned against the Lord, man. And I ain't got to go into that. You just look around and look at the state of America. It is engulfed in sin, man. All right, homosexuality, lesbianism, freakism. You got the so-called white man is about a few seconds away from legalizing pedophilia. You know, the damn food is horrible. The music is horrible. The people are demons. It stinks. There's all types of just wickedness and foul spirits in America, man, because it's full of sin. So what's the judgment? Thermonuclear fire. 15. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord, Yahweh, to take vengeance upon her as she have done, do unto her. And I'll keep going, because the whole chapter, Jeremiah 50, as well as chapter 51, it goes into it, man. But that's the point, all right? America is about to be destroyed, man, plain and simple, all right? And we're going to keep doing these videos and bringing it out, all right? And hey, that's what prophets are supposed to do. They're supposed to prophesy these things, man. As it says in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, to be a watchman and warn the people so the blood can be off our hands, man. All right? So with that, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Lord willing, that was edifying. All right, so next video, Shalom.